I have recorded in so long. I don't even know how I want to start this. And now I look like I'm bald because of where I'm at. But anyway, I woke up today. I've been meaning to record for so long. So much shit happened. We about to get into all that. So, my birthday came, and I was gonna record that weekend, but it was such a busy weekend. Let's just go back a little bit. Okay, so I started last year, November. I started working 2 jobs. I was working, of course I'm not gonna say where, but I was working 2 jobs, 7 days a week. And because of COVID, because of the pandemic and stuff like that, it affected businesses. So I had to end up getting a second job because I had to work certain hours to be able to be there for my children. Okay, cool. So I'm doing that, and it was taking a lot out of me because, like I said, working 7 days a week, you don't have days to get rest. And the week or 2 before my birthday was my first actual off day. I actually was able to get things done early at the first job or whatever. And I had 1 day in between before I go to the second job, which was always the goal, to kind of make it so I can at least have 1 day, but it just never worked out that way. So I had finally had an off day. Boom. So that weekend for my birthday, I was like, you know what? Since last year I didn't do nothing, this about to be, she about to be 32. I'm gonna have the best time and everything because, I didn't get to celebrate last year. And I'm like, I've been working my ass off. I started school, had to pay a just ridiculous amount of money to get back in school. So started school again. I'm like, okay, so this is like, I really was feeling like my life is going like in the right direction. Like we about to, all the hardships and everything, it's finally about to be over. So went out for my birthday, had an amazing weekend, didn't spend a dime, which made it even more, special. Sorry, the only thing I did spend my money on was my dresses. I had 3 different dresses for 3 different outfits. I had a night event, a brunch, and then on Monday, my actual birthday, I spent it with my kids. So it was perfect. It was actually perfect. And I remember like doing homework at the table, and I just started crying because I was so happy, because I was like, oh my God, like I just feel so good. Everything went so well. I'm just so happy. It's working on the ground. Everything. Like I was so in such a good place because I have been through so much where I felt like I deserve to feel this good. Well, here we go. So the night of my birthday, I get burning eyes, burning nose. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, what the hell is going on? Or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it was really windy that day when I took my kids out to eat. So I was like, well, maybe, I just some dust or some pollen, something. Around that time, it was really bad pollen. So I felt bad, took a Benadryl. Benadryl didn't do shit. Or whatever. So then I go to, go to sleep, wake up the next day. My daughter ended up feeling bad, so I stayed home with her or whatever. She had some kind of allergic reaction. So I was like, okay. Then I ended up taking her to the doctor, and I was feeling just awful, just like dragging. Like, it's like the more the day went, the worse I started to feel. It was so weird or whatever. It was just like this decline. So I'm like, all right. So then once I brought her to the doctor, I started feeling 10 times worse. Like everything was hurting. Like I'm like, this is crazy. I don't have time for this. Let me go to the doctor now. That way I can get some medicine. So whatever it is, I don't need to miss no work. Bam, boom. Man, when I tell you, literally, like I said, it was like just a constant decline. As the hours went by, it was a constant decline. Long story short, I go to the hospital. They tell me, oh, it's a sinus infection. They look at my lungs and stuff like that. Man, like look like you got a really, really bad sinus infection. Give me some medicine, send me home. I'm taking that shit. They don't test me for COVID till I leave. Till like they gave me my discharge papers, and the nurse come, and I'm like, I thought I wasn't getting tested because he said he was gonna test me, but by that time, like, you already giving me my discharge papers, then what's going on? Or whatever. So he give me they test me, send me home. Like, literally from walking in the ER, I had to get a wheelchair because I was that weak. So when they got me to the door or whatever, I walked to my car. I had to sit in my car for about 20 minutes because I just felt so awful or whatever. Dropped my prescription off. I was gonna wait for it. Went home, and like I said, constant decline. Like, hour by hour, I got worse and worse and worse. Long story short, they called me the next day and tell me I'm positive for fucking COVID. Okay, this is why I feel like the hospital was negligent. You should have tested me as soon as I got there. I have 3 children, so y'all basically let me go home not knowing that I had COVID. Then what if I would have stopped by somebody else's house? What if I would have stopped by my family house or whatever because I didn't feel good, or anything like that? What if I'd have stopped by somebody? What if somebody would have came over to check on me? I'm saying? All kind of stuff. I would have exposed people not even really fucking knowing, because y'all say a sinus infection is not contagious. So that's that part. And so I was really upset. And at the time when they called me, I'm holding my baby. So that was just, like I said, shit. It was a constant decline. Hour by hour, I got worse and worse and worse. So my sister, the prescription that I was supposed to get up for my so-called sinus infection, I had already called her to get it because I couldn't even drive. I felt so bad. So then I told her, like, look, dog, don't even come. I'll just drop the stuff at the door because I have COVID. So literally, it just was like a whirlwind of stuff. I was sick for literally the damn near 10 days or whatever. And it just was the worst feeling. I had every fucking symptom. I had loss of taste, loss of smell. Not completely, but it was very, very, very faint. Very, very faint. I had a burning stomach. I had trouble breathing. When I noticed when I was going to the bathroom, like, it was taking for, like, it took so much out of me or whatever. And it was like a very shallow breath, to the point where when I would, like, fall asleep just from all the pain and the weakness, like, my body would, like, jolt me back. I guess I was breathing too shallow. So I was dealing with that or whatever. My body was hurt. My back was burning. My stomach burned so fucking bad. Like, anything I put in water, people like, oh, take vitamins, try to drink juice. All that shit did not work. All that shit made me feel god awful. Okay, it literally made everything worse. I had never felt like that in my life. It was like having a sinus infection, the flu, bronchitis, and the worst stomach virus you ever had. Without shitting, without throwing up, just the pain and the cramping and the burning, the fucking burning. I was so miserable. I had a fucking fever for days. I would go from freezing cold to where I'm wrapping myself up to soaking fucking wet. Okay? Soaking wet. I would get in the shower because I just felt so disgusting. And that was the only kind of relief I had as far as being able to breathe, because everybody, my nose, my sister was saying it sounded like I had gravel in my throat. My stuff was so fucked up and swollen or whatever it was, that the little bit of air that came out sounded it sounded like I had rocks or something in my throat. Because that's how it would come out. People thought I was like crying. I couldn't even cry. I couldn't cry. I couldn't blow my nose. I couldn't, when I coughed, it hurt so bad to the point where there was nothing. You couldn't cough it up. It was so hard or whatever. And I was like that. I was so miserable. And I remember just laying there like, God, I can't go out like this. I can't go out like this. I won't go out like this. Because I didn't know, it was no end in sight. It was no fucking end in sight. Like, when am I gonna feel better? Like, it was no end in sight. You know what I'm saying? It was horrible. I was scared. I couldn't touch my kids. And that was so devastating for me. Like, I hug my kids all the time and stuff like that. Like, my little one coming in, they always under me. And I couldn't hug them. I couldn't touch them. They couldn't be, around me. And if they did, it was awful. It was awful. It was the worst thing in the fucking world. And I just couldn't do anything. It's like you're trapped. You're a prisoner. You're a prisoner in your own body. Because you can't do anything about it. all the stuff. And that's another thing. People with, and I understand some people have the best intentions and they're giving you remedies and stuff like that, and some stuff did, it does make sense. But there's some people that were trying to like downplay stuff and say, oh well, this person had it and they was, they said it wasn't that. You don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck about what somebody else had and how bad it was. This is me and my experience. And my experience was very fucked up. And then I'm still, let me breathe. I'm still having issues. I'm still dealing with lingering symptoms. Even though I've been tested since and tested negative, as you can see, I'm up and about. I still have lingering health issues. I have lung damage that they're hoping is not irreparable. You know what I'm saying? I had to take steroids to rebuild my lungs. I have to walk around with a pump. I get winded. It's awful. So when people talk about what another person went through, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear that shit. That doesn't have anything to do with me. And this is to anybody who's dealing with somebody that has COVID. Listen to what they're telling you. Listen to the symptoms that they're having and go from there. Don't talk to them about what somebody else did or all that stuff like that, because that shit is annoying. Because what somebody else might have done don't mean that that's going to work for you. And like I said, everything that I tried to do as far as medication to put in my body rejected it and had a very bad reaction to it. So I literally had to suffer through. Eating, drinking, everything I had to suffer through that. So when people say stupid shit like that, it really got on my nerve. And so I didn't have time for that. And another thing, whenever you're sick or you're injured or you're going through some kind of health issues, some kind of problem, you realize you see people's true colors. And some people were so amazing and so beautiful, called me every day, checked on me. Some people dropped things off. Some people just did anything that they could. Just literally a prayer. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's all. A lot of people say, what do you need? Just pray for me. Because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to make it. It didn't seem like it was getting better or whatever. And then when I thought that I was kind of getting better, it was like a sick joke. Because I was so dizzy. I tried to sweep my float and damn near passed out. Tried to get up and, do little things. It was awful. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot on you physically and it's a lot on you mentally. And the people that wasn't really there for me or whatever, I don't have time for it. I didn't call nobody and curse nobody out or whatever and do that. I'm not about to argue with you. Because man is disappointing. Humans are disappointing. They will let you down. I'm not a perfect person. I let people down too. But if somebody was going through what the fuck I was going through, I would be there. And I've been there for somebody that went through what the fuck I was going through. I've been there. So I know how you're supposed to act, or how I would expect somebody to act for me. But there were a couple of people that just really showed me some shit to the point where I put you out. I put you over there, and I'm not worried about you. You know what I'm saying? It hurts me, but I'm not worried about you. Even people that kind of came back and said, damn, I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have did that, but you didn't. And if I would have been dead and gone, then what the fuck you would have did? What the fuck you would have had to tell me then? Oh, I wish I would have done that for her. I wish I would have been there, but you wasn't. You had your chance. You had your motherfucking chance, and it's over with. So you won't get a chance again. You won't get a chance again. Put it like that. Because I don't expect you to do a goddamn thing. Or whatever. You won't get a chance again. And I'm going through something right now. Because a few days ago, like I say, I still get weak here and there. Still get dizzy here and there. I'm in the tub washing myself. Tried to turn, literally hit my rib. So now I'm in pain on my rib. And it's just, I already had to let go of my second job because for health reasons, I can't do both. I physically can't do both. My kids need me more. It's a lot. And I was doing it for financial reasons to make sure that we stay afloat in this damn pandemic. And now, because of that, I can't do it. I could end up taking a turn for the worse or whatever. doing my job that I'm doing now, I have to take frequent breaks and sit because I get weak, I get winded, or whatever. And it's hard, and it's hard on your mental, because I'm a person that likes to get up and go. You know, I was in school, I had to take a break from my class, which was so upsetting to me. My teacher was a bitch. She was another person who just let me down in that situation. So, like, I hope if somebody going through that, I hope that you have the right people around you. And like I said, some people were. It's not about people that wasn't. Some people were. Like, some people called every single day. Every single day. Prayed for me. Sent me prayers. Stuff like that is so important. Some stuff like that means so much to you when you down and out. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody to take the time to think about you throughout the day. You know, even if it was a text message to say, hey, Chris, I'm just checking on you. I'm just praying for you. Whatever. I'm a simple person. I'm an easy person to please. You don't have to fucking jump through hoops for me. All you gotta do for me is show me that you give a fuck. And that could simply be a text or a call saying, hey, I'm just checking on you, seeing how you are. That's enough for me. That's enough. You know, it's just like, and the fact that that's enough for me, and people don't really do that, or people that I thought would have done that when they found out didn't, or people that call me talking about themselves and just not like acting like, oh, well, you know, this person went through it. And yeah. Look, okay, if you see me and you feel like I'm acting funny, or you feel like something wrong, I am, and something is, and I have nothing to say to you on the matter, because you don't want me to say what I want to say. I'm seriously working on letting people be who they are, and I am who I am. And sometimes we not go mesh, and that has to be okay, because I choose to give more of my love, more of my time and my attention to people that show me that they care about me. Those are the people that I want to pour into. Those are the people that I want to give chances to. And the people that didn't do that, you don't get no chances. I'm not pouring nothing into you for you to take. You know, I'm just going through a lot right now in my life and in my head. I will say this. I am grateful to God to still be here, to still be breathing, to still be able to be there for my babies, because they are the most important thing. And the thought of never being able to hug my kids again, I can't explain to you the devastation. You know, I can't explain to you the devastation. You know, I just want to be able to take care of my children. I want to be able to take care of my children myself without no issues, be able to provide them with the best life. Even though I had to pause on my class, I'm going back in the summertime, I'm going back in June. I'm picking up where I left off, actually in a better place. I'm still trying to figure out what all these obstacles, why this all came about, when it did, when I was in such a good place. I was really happy. I really was. I was really happy. So I'm trying to figure out what the lesson was, or what did I miss. You know, God wanted me to slow down. God wanted me to step back and see stuff. And I'm trying to see what is it that I needed to see? What is it that I need to do? Or is it that I don't need to do? And it's kind of making me very sad. I'm in a weird place. I'm great, like I said, grateful to be alive and sad at the same time, because I just want to do it right. If I'm gonna be here and I was given a second chance to be here, I want to do it right. You know, that's the main thing. You know, it's just, that's it. I just want to do it right.